Hi there, and welcome to this yin sequence designed to calm your nervous system. All you'll need for class today is your yoga mat and a blanket, perhaps some water, so get your supplies. And we'll make our way into child's pose, so from tabletop, bring your knees to about the width of your yoga mat and your feet together. You'll sit back on your heels. And if there's a space between hips and heels, you can pad that space with your blanket. You'll also extend your arms forward. You can also slide your blanket underneath your chest for a little extra support for your torso and your head. Feel free to turn your head in one direction or the other to give your neck a little twist. And I'll warn you when we're about halfway through our amount of time in this shape, so you can flip your gaze. So you arrive here, take 3 cleansing breaths, and make any shifts or adjustments that are needed to be a little more comfortable in this shape. In addition to being quite grounding and internal shape, child's pose gives you a nice stretch to your hips, back, and the front of your shoulders. Trace the sensation that your breath creates in the back lines of your body as you continue to rest in this shape. And we're just now crossing the halfway mark for time in this shape. So you might flip your gaze the other direction. Take a few more calming rounds of breath and settle back into your relaxation. Take a moment here to just notice if the sensations that child's pose creates in your body have changed or shifted any over time. Take 3 more rounds of breath into child's pose, starting to signal to the body that it'll soon be time to move on. After your 3rd exhale, lift up just enough to move any props out of the way, but keep them available. And then make your way onto crocodile pose. You'll rest prone on your belly, stacking one forearm on top of the other and resting your forehead on your forearms. You can sway your hips here to give your lower back a release. You can also sway your forehead side to side to massage out your third eye, which is a calming sensation. Just take a moment here to ground and to rest. Setting up for half frog next. Move your blanket to your right hip. From there, bring your right knee to your blanket so your leg comes to a cactus shape, and then your right arm also comes to a cactus shape. Your left leg rests long behind you. Your left arm can either stay underneath your forehead or also rest long behind you. Now take a moment to press your knee into the blanket and shift it a little bit further away from you, just to get a little extra hip opening stretch here. This shape is super grounding, connecting all of our internal organs to Mother Earth. It's a bit of a hip opener, as well as a shoulder opener. And at least for me, the shape feels kind of like sleep and can be a nice one to calm down or to even prepare for bedtime. Keep breathing here. We'll be here for a little longer. Take 3 more rounds of breath into this side of half frog. And then begin to slide your right leg back behind you. And bring your right arm behind you, palm faces up. Swap your gaze the other direction. And just take a moment here to rest and to observe any differences between your left and your right side. Setting up for the other side, move your blanket to your left hip. And then same as before, you'll bring your left leg out to a cactus, knee to the blanket, left arm to a cactus. Your right elbow can bend, bringing forearm underneath forehead, or you can rest your arm long behind you, perhaps gazing the same direction your bent knee and arm are going. Again, you might press your knee into the blanket and shift it a little further away from you to intensify the hip opening. And then just relax and breathe into this shape for a little bit longer. You get 3 more rounds of breath here on this side of half frog. And when you're complete, you can bring your left leg long behind you, your left arm. Maybe twist your gaze the opposite direction. And again, take a moment to just rest here. Bringing ourselves up to tabletop, bring your hands underneath your shoulders and press into your hands and your knees to make your way into all fours. From here, you have 5 or 6 rounds of breath to move your body, to stretch out your spine, hips, or shoulders. One more round of breath here. And then swing your legs in front of you and make your way onto your back. We'll meet with our knees hugged into our chest. Got a moment here to take some free movement. And then extend your legs long towards the ceiling of your space for legs up the wall. If this feels like a lot of work, you can always clasp your hands behind your thighs for a little extra support. Otherwise, hands by your sides, and feel free to close your eyes. In addition to being grounding, relaxing, this shape is also great to care for your legs and your feet after a long day of walking around, giving them a little break and your blood a chance to pool more in your torso. Three more rounds of breath and legs up the wall. And when you're complete, begin to bend your knees, hug them into your chest one more time. Keep your legs like they are, reach your arms to a T or a cactus, and gently drop your knees over to the left for an easy twist. Relax hips and shoulders, perhaps gaze right. We're here for just a few rounds of breath. With your next inhale, bring your gaze to neutral and your knees back overhead. Maybe shift your hips. And exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Perhaps pivot your gaze left. Again, just a few rounds of breath in this easy twist. And again, use your next inhale to bring gaze, knees back to neutral. Hug your knees into your chest. Stay there, or perhaps find happy baby, and or any other shape that you'd like to explore before moving on to Shavasana. When you're ready for Shavasana, feel free to stretch out any way you'd like. You're welcome to use your blanket underneath your knees, spine, or head. I will leave you here to enjoy as long of a Shavasana as serves you today. I hope you're feeling peaceful and calm after this practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.